Right, good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, Monday was a bit of a non-event, wasn't it? And Tuesday is in Bitcoin as well. There's not much going on. The big deal that's going on at the moment, as far as I'm concerned, is what's going on in the US dollar. Now, obviously, if the dollar strengthens, you need fewer of them to buy Bitcoin. So the dollar strength today is the main reason why we're perhaps a little bit off in Bitcoin today. That's pretty much it. There's no other reason. As you all probably already know, I believe that, in fact, hang on, let me just get there we go, so I can see all the chats. Ask me anything in either TradingView or in YouTube. I'm not bothered which. I can answer both of them these days because I'm so good at technology, even though I'm bloody old. Right, so what do I think of Bitcoin? Absolutely nothing's changed. We're still going along for a while, and we'll carry on going along for a while until everyone gets sick of it, at which point we'll probably rally. You may see another dip down, another little attempt at getting involved in this sort of area again. I didn't mean to do that, I meant to do this. So you might get a wick fill down in this area, and that for me will, if anything, be bullish, because I feel that once you see and people start to panic and actually get out, and that's what's called a spring. So I'm still bullish. The fact that Twipto Cripper is still unbelievably bearish also really helps me feel bullish. Everyone's calling it down to 9,000, 12,000, whatever. I just don't care. Right here is a good opportunity. Get yourself into spot, buy cash only. Don't buy on leverage. If you want to buy on leverage, just wait until you've got a bit more confirmation that we're going higher. But it's still very dangerous to trade Bitcoin on leverage. But this is a good level to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin ain't going away, and so I'm still bullish, and nothing's changed my mind so far. No price action so far has changed my mind, and that is because if you look at the grand scheme of things, this is a daily chart. For 2 weeks, we've just gone boom straight across. This isn't exactly what I call price action. Now, we did it before up here, and I remember saying this doesn't look good, it needs to visit this area. I don't like that it hasn't come down here, and then I started to feel it was a bit more of a distribution, and lo and behold it was. Right now, jury's out. I don't feel this is necessarily a distribution. I know, or an accumulation yet. The jury's out. I know that this is the right area for an accumulation, so I'm looking for it. And so that's why my eyes are looking for an accumulation, but we still haven't seen the bottom side of this. We still haven't even really seen the top side, because I think it needs to visit up here too. Oops, I don't want that one. I want this up here. It needs to sort of get up into the high 22s, even 23. And then drop again if necessary, so it can recover and do the accumulation thing. Sorry for the traffic noise, but it's really warm here today. I've got the window open, and solid, you can just cope with it. I should probably get one of those huge mics, the big furry cover, like sits right here, so I look really, really stylish as a YouTuber, but I'm too old to look stylish. Just try and not talk shit. If there are any questions, please ask them now. I'm going to talk a bit about the dollar now. So down here I said we're due another raise, so this was presumably in mid-June. I said we're due another rally. Well, the rally ain't finished yet. Oops. Rally is not finished yet, and it's still going higher. And this, I'm hoping, will start to look like distribution soon, because if you look at it on a sort of monthly, we are at the highest level since 2008. And I've got to be honest, it probably won't last. And here you can possibly see like a really, really, really large distribution. You have an up thrust, another one, and then this may well be a UTAD. This historically has been a good time not to be long the dollar. And so really the only question is, holding on. And I'm going to move that into one of the things we look at a lot, which is Aussie US. And we've been looking at this and saying to ourselves, this is due a buy, and the important thing is what you've got to do is just wait and wait and wait and wait. In fact, this morning I was looking on a really low level on New Zealand, which is obviously linked to it, and I was studying stuff right down to 15 minutes, thinking this could be a buying opportunity, and I'd identified already that there was a level here, and I was very excited at this point, thinking, you know, will we get an accumulation schematic here, even on a lower time frame? Literally just looking at it and wondering. And the point is, if you got stuck in thinking, well, here's the low here, and I can buy some here with only a small stop loss, then, you know, that's a reasonable trade, I guess. But the best thing to do is wait for confirmation, and confirmation would have been more action here at the top of it, and a decent push up, and then you would have had a decent trade, because then you'd have had, let me see how many, say you'd taken it here, you could have had it below the previous low, so that is 18 pips, and on the upside, you know, you're definitely coming back up here again. So there's a 3-to-1 sitting there right for you, more than 3-to-1. Okay, but it didn't happen, didn't trade, but that's the sort of trade you should be looking for, not sort of just randomly catching the falling knife. What do I think Solana will do? Actually, I don't really follow Solana, however, price action doesn't lie. Let's go into Calypso, Sol USDT, Binance, that'll do us. I think you've obviously got a decent level in Solana too, because look at all this price action. Let's go to the monthly. So let's start with weekly. Solana ain't that old. So you've got a similar level in that we are down back at rock bottom where everything started. You can run things like this indicator here, which I quite like. Now let's take it from, I mean, it obviously does depend where you take it from when it started to be interesting to now, and we're at that level where it was the most interesting. The highest volume was here. In fact, if we drag this back here, do we still get a similar picture? Yeah, we do. All the volume was right down at the bottom of that before everything took off, and you've still got the highest volume at that level. So we are at the same sort of level in Solana as we are with Bitcoin. Solana ain't old enough or institutionalized enough, really, for me. It does seem to very much mirror the Bitcoin price. So I'm just looking at this, and it looks like the same peak. So you got the 3 here, the weekly 3, 4, 5, just like Bitcoin did. It's just a bit later in Solana, isn't it? So a bit more institutionalization. I don't know, put it this way, I'm not a short of Solana here. You know, if I was interested in the project, I'd certainly be buying, because I'm interested in other projects like XRP, which I am buying, you know, because they've reached levels which for me make plenty of sense. So, you know, would I sell Solana? No. You know, do I think Bitcoin's bullish from here? Yes, but when? I don't know. Could be weeks, even months. So Solana the same. I think when Bitcoin rallies, the others will go with it, and I do think Bitcoin will rally. Now there might be some scares in the meantime. You know, someone like me who's investing for the longer term, you know, I don't mind holding Bitcoin for a year or more in spot. It may take that long, but I'll sit there and hold it. You know, what actually happens in the meantime will dictate whether or not I hold all of it. I might lighten up at various stages if it looks toppy, but Sol, I'd say, yeah, fair enough. Is there anyone else saying anything or asking anything? Because we've got very few people talking to me. You know, I used to work for someone called Forex Signals, and everyone just asked me all kinds of stuff, like wouldn't even necessarily be trading related. I really don't mind that. Okay, I'll tell you what. Should I get one of these big fluffy microphones so I look really professional? You know, and maybe it'll cut out some of the road noise. To be fair, I'm going to turn the fan on because it's still hot. There we go. Fan on, window open, best chance I got. Right, nobody's really saying anything, so all I'm saying is I am watching. Bitcoin I'm not particularly watching because I don't think we're going anywhere soon. You know, I think it will go better given time. And while there are two different ways of looking at this, either as an A, B, C, or an A, B, C, and the A has 5 legs, then either way, the next move up from here should be bullish in terms of Elliott sentiment, and that's kind of what we're looking at. So my general Bitcoin story hasn't changed. I'll tell you what everyone could do. If you could find this stream on YouTube as well and subscribe to the YouTube channel too, that would really help, because the more subscribers you get, the more times it gets popped up. And I think people need to listen to this sort of unbiased TA rather than people just trying to get you to use flipping Bybit for, you know, and other shit like that, and just basically shilling for various people. You know, they have no idea about TA. They've got plenty of idea how to make money out of people who watch them. And I think, you know, if you subscribe to me on YouTube and we build a bit more of a channel there, then we can end up teaching a lot of people the right way to look at TA, and helping a lot of people not lose money to these crypto idiots. And the other main, so we've got bullish in this, and I'm bearish and waiting in the dollar index, which means I'm bullish and waiting in all the dollar pairs. We noticed this morning Lewis and I are going to have a chat about GBP versus the USD as well, because that is in a prime point. And we also looked at some COT data in that, and if you don't know what COT data is, well, look it up and or take a subscription, and we talk a fair amount about COT. So the people who are in the channel know what I mean, and they can go and look up the COT in pound dollar. Finally some questions. Frankie says, hi Paul, thanks for solid professional views. That's very kind of you. Appreciate your time. Do you still think the rally will be rather swift? It may take time to happen. Do you think swift run up? I think it needs to be fast enough so that you can't catch it, which is why I've taken the precaution of just getting along here and just sticking it in my pocket and looking away. You know, I'm not going to get stopped out because I haven't got any leverage on it. I'm very happy buying it here and waiting. And I think, yes, I think it goes up fast enough that hardly anyone catches on. And what that means is when it flies through 30 and higher, people think, well, they get FOMO and in they go again. You know, and that's what I think. And I think that's also going to be true in things like Aussie and New Zealand. You know, they're reaching their fours. This New Zealand one, it might even invalidate. It's fallen so far. So that blue line is sort of invalidation. It is hard to see where the invalidation level is. The main reason why we think the Elliott wave works here is not, we can't really see a one. You can see a 1-2 in here. That the Aussies are excuse me, it's very hard to see a 1-2 in that. That's even the weekly. Let's come down to the 3-day. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, that is probably your 1-2 there. So if I put it on, you know, that's as far as we can find one. And then we're waiting for 4 before 5. And this 4, the great thing about what we do here is that we don't get stuck in until we see confirmation. So and anybody who thought, oh, this is pretty low, and so for example, this is a good level here, and you might have thought, oh, I'll get stuck in here because that's gonna be the 4 and we're going up. But if you wait for confirmation, you don't get caught, don't lose money, and you're just still waiting. Sad thing is you're still waiting. Good thing is you've still got an intact wallet. And that seems to be all the questions everybody has. So if you're on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. If you're on TradingView, please go to YouTube, find me. Mayfair Method is the YouTube channel name. In fact, I can probably there you go, I'm going to post it so you guys can go over there and just subscribe. Moderated. Placed it. I've put a link in there. They don't like it. Oh well. Right, I will call it a day there. You guys are lovely. Please ask questions next week. Take it easy.